to the governor. So the governor is now going to host another ceremony to hand them over to their parent, I think.
No escape from that same forest. On the 19th of this month, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, directed the Honorable Minister of Defense of State for Defense to relocate to Kebbi State in order to ensure the complete return of all the kidnapped victims. I am happy today to present the 24 recovered victims of that kidnapping incident. The 24 girls are here, hale and hardy, no death, no injury. However, we shall suggest and advise that after the handing over, the state government should look into getting good medical doctors to check the children and further confirm their health status. I want to also mention that the Chief of Defense Staff and the Chief of Army Staff have directed me to express appreciation to you for the support given to the military and all other security agencies that partook in the operations to recover these students. They have also mandated me to extend the same gratitude to all security agencies that took part, including the police, the NSA, and all other security agencies that took part, to appreciate them for the efforts and contributions given for us to secure safe return of these people. In particular, they have directed me to express appreciation also to the Honorable Minister of State Defense for coming in and wasting no resource, no time, no resources were spared to ensure that the military and other security agencies got all what is required in terms of coordination and logistics. Of course, we know that His Excellency the Executive Governor of Kebbi State, being the host of the whole team, also deserves great commendation. On this note, Your Excellency, I hereby hand over the returned, the rescued 24 victims of the kidnapping of 17th of November 2025 that took place at Government Girls Comprehensive Secondary School, Maga, Danko here in Kebbi. Sir, the children are hereby handed over.
Will remain as a history in the annal of this administration in Kebbi State. I also want to thank the minister, since the directive of the president, Minister of Defense, Dr. Bello Matawale. He is here working assiduously together with the security agencies to ensure the order, the directives given by the CNC has finally yielded the result. I want to thank everybody, our people in Kebbi State that prayed for the rescue of this our daughter. I want to thank you, and I won't thank you enough, because you have done something for us here in Kebbi State that Kebbi State people will never forget.
Ish. Anyway, performative show, photo op, and the rest of that until another set of people becomes the victims, right? And then you'll be asking yourself, when is this really going to end? Now, we still have 315 school children kidnapped from Niger State to Omo. I have no idea why that doesn't really seems to bother people. Like people barely talks about that. 315 school children kidnapped from St. Mary's Catholic School in Papiri in Niger State. People are not really, uh, you know, well, their own governor, the Niger State governor, Bago, spoke with the BBC earlier, and according to him, 11 children have been rescued. That's what he said. He said they have rescued 11 from 315. But remember, they said 50 of them escaped. Like that soldier that was speaking in that Kebbi show. You hear when he said, oh, they released, he quickly changed, they rescued. A soldier that is lying has already appealed, has already kind of like, disgraced his own oath, I think. Because he's lying. You can't be soldiers who came to present these school children as rescued, and yet you can't tell us where their kidnappers are, what happened to them. So now here is the state governor of Niger State, where 315 school children have been taken for nearly a week now. He's telling us that 11 have been rescued. Now, should we add the 11 plus the 50 that escaped? Or this is actually 11 that I don't know.
It's not about Christianity. It's beyond that. A school where people, the church has been there for a lot of people. In that area, Papiri, the church has served as an orphanage. The church has served as a school. The church has served as a home to a lot of people who are homeless. So it's beyond just Christianity. A lot of people who even attend the school, who are even students in that school or pupils, are probably not just Christians. It's a mixture. A lot of devil advocacy would say people are trying to take advantage of that situation, to try to blackmail the country. And this is what I feel. Like this is like an attempt to blackmail or to bring crisis within this country, trying to portray that Christians are maligned or are being treated otherwise. But it's not so.
You have said that the numbers are exaggerated. How did you reach this conclusion?
There was an attack and there was scare. A lot of children went into the forest. The school said to me in writing, missing, not abducted. Number of missing students. So they are not certain whether these entire students are with the bandits, nor or are they in the bush. We have opened a register there and we are counting.
The community that is in that area, they feel left out, they feel abandoned. What assurances are you giving to the parents that you are actively working to rescue their children?
So my going there is going to happen. And the assurance we are giving them is that we have started rescuing some of their children. Some of them have been reunited.
Are you categorically saying that students have been rescued?
Yes.
Because the school told us that students escaped.
In a farm settlement, we rescued 11 people. So outside the last 51 that were declared, additional 11 have been confirmed rescued, and the operation is still going on.
I was in Papiri, and the security that I saw there was very, very minimal.
Security is not what you see. We can't discuss security on your screen. We are here to rescue lives.
When do you think the schools will be reopened, and what conditions will be met or should be met before you can open the schools in Niger?
It's not going to be very soon that we're going to open boarding schools in Papiri. It won't open now until we're sure the lives of people or students are secured. It's not about...
I don't know, is it just me? The guy looked like he's like coked, like somebody who is like high on some strange stuff, like leveled. Well, because if you try to probe what he's saying as well, he's incoherent. Initially, he's there saying, as a state governor, he's the governor of the state, is disputing the number of missing children. By now, the state government have no confirmed number of children kidnapped because they are against what the school is saying. The school said they were taking their time. Even when this happened, right? The school was like, they don't have the number, they don't know the number of children taken. So when we heard that, oh, they've taken almost 200 children quickly, Nigeria media and some of these their social media bandits, Facebook adsmen, the media there, right? They twisted it and said, oh, it's 52 children kidnapped. So the school came out and issued a letter and said, no, we don't know the number of total children kidnapped right now. We are taking roll calls. So the following day, the school came back and said, they've done all the roll calls. They've identified the children who were not kidnapped during the whole pandemonium. And they've come up with a total of 315 missing school children with their names. So is that guy so high on coke that as a state governor, days after these children were taken away, he has no data to tell us? And he's there telling the journalist asking him question that the school are not being, so they have tried to rescue some of the children from the farmland. The journalist also said, I have visited Papiri, the place where this mass kidnapping took place. And I can tell you that there is like a minimal security presence there. That guy said, this is not the issue of security there. We are here to save life. How you want to protect life? Was it not because these communities were so vulnerable? That's what made it easier for these terrorists to get in and take them. So if a state governor is now saying, no, that doesn't matter, that's not the issue. The issue is that we are here to save life. Life will be saved. Right. I have brought you this clip, right? It is the testimony of a former Chibok girl, one of the Chibok girls kidnapped and eventually released after ransom was paid, but they didn't release all of them. Because from the data, at least over 80 of these Chibok girls are still with the terrorists. Some of them chose not to come back. From what I heard, though, or from what is documented rather, some of them chose not to come back. They just became their wives. While others have been said to have been either killed or they've been sold to other terrorists across Africa. So that is why out of all the 200 and something Chibok girls that back there, right? At least 87 of them are said to never come back. But for those who came back, some of them got, education, psychological help, education outside Nigeria and the rest. So on different occasions, especially at the United Nations, they've had the opportunity of telling their stories. Now, this is a girl that is believed to have been part of the first mass school kidnapping in Nigeria. She was eventually relocated to the US and I believe got all her education there, healed up, and now she could tell her story, right? So in one of such occasions, she shared with us, she shared with the committee that she was talking to, what happened that day, how the terrorists were able to get the logistics that moved over nearly 300 school children in 2015. How? You hear what I mean? She shared that story and I want to share it with us. I want it in the diary. Just before we go to Guinea-Bissau, where another coup has now been confirmed. President of the country arrested, and the chief of staff and so many other senior government officials have all been arrested, right? But listen to this.
Hello, my name is Joy Bishara and I am from Nigeria. On April 14, 2014, the Boko Haram terrorists came into my hometown, Chibok, at night while everyone was asleep. They were shooting guns while coming to our town. I was sleeping and haven't heard of it. My friend waked me up and said, "Joy, can't you hear what is going on?" I said, "No," and I went back to sleep. She said, "Get up, we cannot go to sleep. Something is wrong. The Boko Haram people are here." And she said, "Listen." And I listened to the voices, and I can hear them shouting and shooting guns outside. I'm like, "What's going on?" She's like, "The Boko Haram terrorists are here." And we were all freaked out. We got up and we were praying for our families because I didn't grow up there, even though I was born there. So I just hear like stories that whenever they visit families, they kill like the men and then kidnap the women, or kill the men and then leave. So I was praying. We were all praying for our families to get to a safe place because they were all around the town. And while we were deciding on what to do, we were all like, some of us said we should just run out, and some of us said we should climb the walls and get out. But some of us said we are not allowed to leave the school, so we should just stay. We were still deciding on what to do, and a man just came in. We all were scared, so we started to kind of run, and he's like, "No, you shouldn't run. I'm just here to protect all of you, so there is nothing wrong. I'm here to protect you from what is going on outside." We trusted him because the soldiers outside our gates used to come in whenever we scream or are scared, and then they make sure we go to bed. They take care of us before they go away. So we trusted him. We thought he was one of them. And he said we should all come in a circle. All of us were in a circle, and then he said, "Okay." Then a lot of them started coming into our school, into the dorm where we were all sleeping. They all came in because we were all in a circle and we have no chance to run. So when they started coming in a lot, that's when I realized, oh no, these are not the soldiers. Not all of them have uniforms, so they're not the soldiers. And it was too late to run because they were all around us with guns and bombs, so we cannot run. And so they said that they're here. They are the Boko Haram people we have been hearing about, and they're the ones who kill, who burn churches. So they're just telling us what they do, and they say if we do not cooperate, same thing is going to happen to us. And we were all scared, crying. Some of us are like praying, and they said we have to tell them where the engine of making block is, like engine making machine. So block making machine, that was what they asked us, but we don't know where it is. So we told them we do not know. They thought we were lying, and they asked two girls to stand up among us so they thought the two girls will tell them the truth because we were in a group. They thought we were lying to them, but the two girls did repeat what we said. They said they didn't know where it is, and no one knows. So they're like, okay, if the government sent things to the school, then where does it go? And all we know was the food for the girls, which is the kitchen store. And two girls took them there. They opened the store and started getting the foods out to take with them. They're putting it in their own trucks, and when some of them are still with us in the dorms, and they asked us to start coming to follow them. We were coming out with them, and the schools were burning. We're all on fire, and the fires were like almost touching us. So we were helping each other pass through it. And when we went to the gate, they asked us to sit down, and we all sat down. They burned the schools. We couldn't see any teachers because they do not have mercy. They don't have mercy on anyone. So all the teachers ran away. There is no teachers in the school, and the gate man wasn't there either. And the soldiers that were outside the gate were not there too. So they have strong weapons that even the soldiers doesn't. So they cannot stand to fight them. They all ran away as well. So, and while we were sitting in front of the gate, they were burning the school, the offices. They burned every single building in the school. And then they came to us and one of the leaders said they should go and get trucks. And my own thought was like, okay, since they don't kill women, then they're gonna let us go if they're done doing whatever they're doing. So, and then they asked us to start going out. We all walked out, and they're showing our direction for us to go to. And I'm like, okay, are they not letting us go? In my heart, I was like, okay, they're taking us away since they're pointing a direction for us to follow. And all of us went with them.